This is the Long War. I'm Robbie B, and joining me tonight is one of my normal partners in crime, Kenny Boucher, and also we have special guest Austin Knight 12 Wingfield. What's up, guys?
Man, Austin, I didn't realize your last name had numbers in it.
Rob added the 12 there. That's it's my favorite number. Did you know?
I didn't know that. Why is it your favorite number?
That was my high school football number.
I was hoping it was something about like how many times you've been stabbed divided by 666 or something.
Well,
you know?
shit. If you take number of how many times I've been punched in the head the last week, it's almost 12. It's crazy. I was at a football game. I coached football, and we had our game Monday, and I got punched in the head by one of my players. My ear is actually bleeding still.
Why did he punch you in the head?
We threw an interception, and he was holding a plastic clipboard, and he was standing next to me. He punched his clipboard, and it broke. The clipboard and his fist went into my head.
Through the clipboard?
I mean, just right through the clipboard. Hit me in the head.
I'm sorry to laugh at that, but it's
actually really funny.
It's terribly funny. I'm sorry.
I was just at the Philadelphia Cowboys game, in Philly there, and got in a fight there too. It's just been a real rough couple of weeks.
I heard through the Venerable show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that Veterans Stadium, or is it still Veterans Stadium?
No, it's
well, anyways,
Lincoln Financial now.
Does it still have a jail in it?
Yeah, and I saw the jail, actually. They got a judge down there and everything.
Oh, God.
It was good. It was good times in Philly.
So the moral of the story is don't get in a fight with Austin over 40K.
No, hell.
No, you can get into a fight with him over 40K. That doesn't matter. You don't get in a fight with him over football.
Football's a different beast.
No doubt. So obviously tonight, everybody can tell we are sans the juice. Some family stuff came up, so he's holding it down at home right now. But that's okay. We got a great lineup. I mean, 40K is back. We got the Tau, got the Storm Surge. Leaked out some rules and things like that. And of course, we got the Supremacy suit that we've already kind of beaten to death, I feel like, over the last 2 weeks. I'd like to beat the Tau to death. So we got that. We got lots to talk about there. Kenny wanted to talk about some saucy stuff too. So I figured before we get all into that, Austin was going to help us with the Q&A rundown, but I'll hit it up here real quick just to clear it out because I know a lot of people are coming in here tonight. Obviously, leave you any questions you have or any comments or things you want to hit us up about the Tau or any tutorials or any Army list, just whatever you want to talk about for basically the hobby and things like that. You definitely hit us up because it gives us more stuff to share our hobby experience and so you guys can add that to your hobby arsenal as well there at home. So first off, we got Lamonte. What's up, dog? I'll play Juice tonight. What are you working on? We've got a new check-in here, Frank Delakis. I'm going to go with Delakis. Sorry if I saw it.
Let's stick with it.
All right. Good evening. Another awesome Wednesday has arrived. Hopefully you were saying that because we have the Long War material that comes out on Wednesday, the webcast, and, of course, the podcast that drops overnight whenever the Midnight Fairies, Kenny, gets to it.
Oh, yes.
Let's see what else we got here. Sal's checking in. What's up, dog? Evan, can we get a praise to the Emperor for the end of the endless summer of Sigmar? Yes, we can. Praise the Emperor for that because I'm tired of some Sigmar. I love Sigmar, but
the rage of Sigmar has ended.
They're saying there might be a couple more releases in December too. I hope they don't go like full Sigmar again. So to speak, because that could be really bad. Steve Burley's checking in. What's up, dog? Black Tower terrain, of course. Super rainy night here and going to get worse. You guys on the East Coast have a rough one coming. Heads up and stay safe. So it turns out I just moved to Fayetteville, and what they really should have told me was, hey, welcome to Fayetteville. It's going to rain every day. Every day. It's worse than Washington State. But it doesn't last all day. It's just like an hour break. It's just like, hey, torrential downpour between 4 and 5 p.m. It's going to be sideways rain, and then it's going to be sunny again. Okay.
Man, I've been getting like nervous because I've been listening to the Wheel of Time series. That's like my main shit right now.
Oh wow!
And while I paint and so it's been raining like crazy, and I'm at the part of the series now. If anyone hasn't read the book yet, and you've planned on it, this might be a spoiler, but some shit goes down with the weather, and it's basically like all jacked up, right? And I'm like, damn, is it never gonna stop raining? Is the Dark One just fucking with us? Like, is the end of times coming? You know what I mean? Like, it's like I open the door half expecting to see, like, you know, the sheets of ice. Like have you ever watched that movie The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, this happens to me all the time. Like, I'll get into something like that, and then I'll open the door and I'll be like, dog, we can't go out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, there's a hurricane coming too. Like, I don't know what's
yeah, you
going
know what I
on
mean?
with that.
No, it gets inside your head is the point, and don't let it, because there's plenty of things to hobby out on that don't involve going outside.
Yeah, I feel like I could live inside for a couple weeks for right now. I got so much stuff I'd like to work on, I'm just so busy, you know.
As long as you have food, that would definitely make it better, right?
Going outside is both underrated and not necessary.
Where are you supposed to walk your dog at?
Nah, I don't do that. That ain't me.
Yeah, she would not let that fly. I knew that for a fact.
No, man, it's been in the Durham Beats laboratory over here at the Next Level Painting Studio. It is getting super real. Just pushed out this amazing Chaos Masonry commission, which you can obviously see online. You can see it at the Spiky Bits Hobby Group. You can see it on the Facebook pages, et cetera, et cetera. Really fun commission with a lot of awesome conversions. But also, I'm starting this Tyranid commission. Right on my desk, I already have like 8. What are those things called, Rob? The drop pods for Tyranids?
Tyrannocyte? Tyrannocytes?
The drop pods. I think is that what they're called? Tyrannocytes?
I think so.
I believe so.
So the Tyrannocytes, I have 8 of those. And what are the ones that are like half of that?
The ones that I've never seen on the table.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we've got like at least 4 or 5 of those. So we got a substantial amount of Tyranids coming in here, and I'm going to be unveiling a super interesting series of tutorials painting these. I don't know if it's ever been seen before, but it is weird. The colors for this Tyranids, yellow and red. Yellow guts, red armor. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but that is kind of like what me and the client kind of settled on. We're looking for like a autumn kind of color scheme. Try to bring some of the colors of autumn together, some of those notorious colors, but put it over like a ruined cityscape with like maybe some subtle autumn leaves.
Oh, like, that sounds pretty fresh.
Like the season is changing, great. So are they, you know?
So many people do snow, and like I'm kind of getting tired of snow. It'd be nice to see, you know, something like that.
So I've never done it before, you know. I've only done one Tyranid army before, and I've definitely never done a yellow Tyranid army before. So
yellow and red are definitely. I feel like they're 2 of the toughest colors to paint. Maybe white too.
Yeah, yeah. White's a tough one. Yellow and red are tough. They're power colors though. They look good. Like you have like the Howling Griffins and stuff like that, like the Space Marine chapters.
Yeah, if you do it right, it looks amazing.
And you'll be seeing some of my secret ancient Chinese tech in the upcoming tutorials on how to lay down these colors. I'm glad we have Austin here because I did want to sort of interview him about a really recent game I got to edit and publish onto the longwar.net, which is in the Hall of Veterans right now. So
that's true.
If you haven't signed up,
just came out, right?
Yeah, literally just dropped on Monday. So if you haven't signed up to the longwar.net, that's how you go see it. And it's a free. Literally, you can sign up for a week for free. I don't even care if you sign up just to see this video. Like, do whatever you want. But just so you know, that's how you get all the exclusive early access. But this is one of the most deadliest, I want to say, bloodiest, going to a football game and getting punched in the face style games I've seen. It's also the inaugural game for one of our good friends, Kelsey Haley, a.k.a. the greatest 40K player in the world. And
I love that. That's what an intro.
It's also we're doing a new thing. We're putting Easter eggs at the end of the battle reports. Don't forget to check to the end, see your deleted scenes. But Kelsey Haley, obviously you've gotten the news report. He was playing a Night Titan Death Star versus Austin, a.k.a. A-Dog, running a classic Wolf Death Star with the new Blood Angels. The new Dark Angels flavor that people are throwing in there, make it even more resilient. It is a bloodbath, and it is probably the highest quality battle report that the Long War has ever produced. Rob Bear, the cameraman, ever improving his techniques, getting the lighting situation down. introducing Juice in his new interview format as the host of the Long War with 2 players that are not me or Juice playing. So it's the first time you'll see that, which is going to be a lot of season 2 as we go into it. View it more as like a late night show with a host bringing in some guests. It is probably the most interesting format I've seen with the most interesting shots. I recommend checking it out. But I wanted to definitely talk to Austin about a couple of things that I saw in that game. One of them being how comfortable do you feel being, and this is a combo. So like if you have, everyone knows the new Raven Wing, deaths.
They're amazing.
They're amazing. Like the new Raven Wing bikers with rerollable jinx saves, skilled riders, shenanigans. That is an incredible thing to get through. Having that now be the bike star element of your Space Wolves to get your feeling of pain, but now the ability to look out, serve back to guys with 2 or 3 up cover saves with rerolls, then followed up by a feeling of pain save. How confident did you feel like highlighting that?
Oh, it's amazing, and it's a great point. And I like to start by saying, like, normally when I build a list, and Kelsey and everyone knows, me and Kelsey are like buddy when we build lists. We start with the 1850 list. So obviously, Kelsey's army was a little better at 1500 because he didn't have to lose that much. So I lost a Dark Shroud from my list, which gives you the 2-up rerollable jinx saves from those bikes instead of the 3-up. Now Kelsey's unit was able to do a -1 cover with all the shooting, making it a 4-up rerollable. But as you saw in that battle report, man, like a 4-up rerollable followed by a feeling of pain is like the greatest storm shield ever.
Yeah,
like,
people don't realize the math there. You know what I mean? Like that is, there's I was blown away by that math. But also, how did you feel confident-wise taking a 1,200 point, 1,300 point unit into close combat with a Night Titan squad?
It's one of the most, it's the simplest decision. It's nerve-wracking because he has the random factor. The Wolf unit's not random. We have a chaplain to reroll a hit.
You've built redundancy in. You have
Yes.
strength 10. You have AP1 and AP2, and you have rerolls.
Absolutely.
So you'll get your job done.
Absolutely, and this is the 1,500 point list. Even the 1850 list has Sisters of Battle in there to get reroll saves and reroll to wound, so that there is 0 redundancy with the Wolves.
100% redundancy, 0 question.
Yeah. So it's the Night Titans make me sweat, and you see that on camera, man.
Something I want to quote from this is, and obviously I'm not spoiling this battle report, but it was a moment in the game where Austin was like, "This is the most nerve-wracking thing ever," waiting to see the stop results.
Oh, and the way that Kelsey's unit works, it's the only unit of Night Titans out there. So
it's a squad.
The squad. 3 Titans together.
So 2 new things happened on the Long War. 2 major. So we saw the new Wolf Star with Dark Angels, and we saw the first time ever multiple Night Titans on camera, and especially the new formation. So that was worth checking out all by itself. I recommend it to anybody else. We're going to get really deep into some more of these tactics on the podcast. We have a lot of things to talk about tonight. Thank you for answering those questions. And I think Rob probably wants some things to say. I know he's over there ready to talk about Tau.
I've been breaking down this new Storm Surge. Have you taken a look at it all?
Literally, I don't look at these things because, especially if they come out on the weekend, because I know we're going to talk on Wednesday, and I want to have realistic, believable questions, not
hey, big gargantuan creature.
Yeah. All right. So first off, this motherfucker has stomp. Yes.
Of course he does.
Now, the first thing I thought of when I saw this leak was how mad is King going to be that his boy didn't get stomped, but Tau got stomped.
Motherfucker,
telling me the Bloodthirster, whose model is huge, doesn't have stomp.
Doesn't even have arms.
I can't even tell you how many things I threw around this room. I was just so furious. But there's a silver lining. And before I mention the silver lining, I'll keep you guys in anticipation. So after I threw some stuff into the wall, broke my hand punching through 6, all the way through the stud support and the sheetrock, everything, I finally came to realize that there was actually a good thing here. But before that, Rob, break down this guy's rules because I literally don't know anything about him. Do we know anything beyond the fact that he's gargantuan?
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much can see his weapons here. So he's going to be firing. Basically, he has two weapons. One that's only a strength 8 at like 72 inches. I don't think it's that great. I'm not going to talk about it much. And it's extra. It's like 15 points extra. Maybe I'll eat my words. Don't see it being effective. The pulse blast cannon is where it's at though, because it has like brackets. So like from 0 to what is it, 10 inches, you can fire 2 strength D AP1 shots.
Oh, what?
Yeah. But also,
so before you tell me what happens next, that's the shortest range, right?
yeah, that's the shortest range.
Traditionally, these things get better as they go farther, like conversion beamers.
Hey, Rob, I got that. I believe it's 18 inches. I think the image was a little blurry. But
it's hard. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at porn from the 90s. Like, it might be 18. It's hard to say.
So 0 all the way up to 18 inches potentially is exactly like how these the Wraith Knights are shooting 2D shots.
Well, I mean, 10 or 18, 8 inches is a pretty big difference.
I would say probably 18 because that's a number in 40K. 10's not a number in 40K.
10 is not a number. I will give you that. But then again, if you're that close to the enemy, you better effing kill him with this thing because he's gonna get smashed into.
Yeah.
But then again,
he has stomp. He has stomp. He's not a he's a Riptide with stomp.
So then at 11 to 20, I think it's 11 to 20. Maybe that's 18. Maybe that's 19 to 20. It's hard to tell. It could be.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. The next bracket, please tell me, is now a D template or something.
Strength 10 AP1 Heavy 2 Blast.
Okay, so now he's got 2 Strength 10 AP1 Blast templates. Got it.
And then at the next bracket, it's Strength 9 AP3 Heavy 2 Large Blast.
Okay, so this guy is designed to deal with Death Stars. He has Strength 10 he has Strength D and Strength 10 and Stop. He is he's Tao's straight up Codex answer to Death Stars. Where Riptides are a joke to Death Stars, this guy is not. This guy is a threat to Death Stars.
I also see by his little missile system, the cluster rocket system, you know, it's basically 4d6 string 5 AP5 missiles, which doesn't seem like a lot because it
helps you clear out his gargantuan.
Right. So at
the very least, you're shooting where it matters always. But the best, you're clearing out some Fenrising Wolves and a Death Star to make the D matter.
Or jet bikes, or all sorts of wacky stuff.
Let's take a listen. 4d6. You're averaging what? 14 shots.
Yeah, right? About that. Then you're hitting with like.
Are you telling me it's 4d6? It's a random 4d6?
4d6. I don't see random stuff doing that well, and it's in a competitive tournament setting, which obviously, to Games Workshop, there's only 20% of us are that, but still, so obviously they're never going to change that.
But thing is, Tau has, unless they go really weird, wonky with the new codex, has the ability to kind of remove random elements in its current state.
Well, that's just the thing too. Like, there isn't a whole lot of special rules on this guy. Like, there isn't, when you look at.
Just so you know, when you get the gargantuan, creature prefix,
you're probably not going to get a lot.
That comes with like 14 special rules.
So you're saying that might not represent supporting fire because he's a gargantuan creature.
Yeah. So gargantuan creatures can't overwatch and everything. But here's the biggest problem. How many points do you predict this asshole is going to be?
He's 360.
He's 360 points.
So he's 360 points. That's interesting. So they finally started moving the points up on these things. Like a Wraith Knight is, you know what I mean?
What a joke.
But I want to. So basically, how many wounds does he have? Do we know?
No, 8 or something.
8, toughness 6.
Oh my God, 8. Are you fucking kidding me, dog?
Yeah, which is weird because the supremacy armor has 10 and it's like twice the size.
I know, man. He's got 3 up armor though.
I was gonna be like, you know what? Maybe there, because this is something we say every day. GW doesn't realize that wounds and toughness is better than armor.
No, they don't.
They don't realize that.
They don't.
And so I was like, maybe they'll get it. Maybe he's 360 and still only has 4 wounds. This guy would be balanced. No, 8 wounds, 360. Get out of here. This guy is the new heat.
He's gonna be very hard to kill.
Like, I'm thinking, like, you take one supremacy suit and as many of these guys as you can, literally 1 billion crew, and you will win 99% of your games.
I've got some Tau lists. Actually, I got a buddy who plays. You got to wait for the book. Broadsides might still be a thing. We got to see how marker lights work and all that, but these guys are definitely going to see the field regardless.
Marker lights are seeing what happens to marker lights, but no, regardless, this guy is the truth. Like with a supremacy suit, is a lot of points. 2 of these guys is probably better than 1 supremacy suit.
I would think so.
I will disagree, just because of the shots, the range of the D. Yeah, he has D, but he's got to get close where the other guy doesn't. And Tau doesn't want to get up close. We're talking about killing Death Stars. And the 2 best guns are the shortest range, and we all know that Tau is a gunline army. I feel,
but there's almost nothing you can do to stop Death Stars from crashing into your lines these days. They're gonna get there typically somehow, especially if they go first.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I mean? Like, so they're gonna be in your short. But here's what I'm saying: is like it's not that many more points than the supremacy suit for 2 of these, and you have twice as many stomps, and you have 16 wounds, and you still have multiple D weapons in close range. And also now the ability to engage 4 times as many targets.
Amen.
Well, yeah, and then he also has those destroyer missiles, which are strength 8 AP1. He's got 4 of those.
No, they're both good. I would use both, honestly. Instead of I'm always like, 2 supremacies. I'm like 2 supremacy, 1 supremacy, 2 of these guys. I would be happy with that.
Now, what do you think about the stabilization anchors? Because that's a really interesting mechanic. If you engage them in the shooting phase, and then the next shooting phase then on that they're engaged, you get double shots.
I don't know anything about that. Austin, what you got for that?
Sounds like a lot of shots, Rob.
It does, but you got to wait a turn. So I feel like turn 1, you stabilize it. You don't. I guess you get to in your shooting.
I'm thinking. I mean,
it says you can fire it.
It's got some.
If you're going up against a Death Star, yeah, absolutely, turn 1 stabilize. Then they get into your deadly range on turn 2, twice as many D shots.
Is that 8d6 strength 5 shots?
I guess it would be. It says in addition to firing a storm surge can be obviously I'm looking at 90s porn here. I can barely make it out, but yeah, it looks like you can fire and still do it.
That is going to be interesting.
And then it can fire twice.
That's going to be a lot of bullets, Doug.
You make the second attack directly after the first has been resolved.
There's some people that can speak to their dice. Like I'm telling you, you're going to see some really high 4d6 rolls, and it's going to come in clutch in a lot of games. And that's where the competitive. I do think the random aspect, because all the Titans and Stomps and D shots are all got a random aspect already. So
they're the only thing that keeps the hobby alive, in my opinion. Random elements,
Oh yeah.
Like that's the part that keeps it still fun for me. Before we go too much harder in the paint, we've been talking for about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Austin, I want to give Austin a shot at this, if you don't mind. Jump into that Q&A, Austin, and start banging out some questions for us.
All right. We got football's life. Get Shrek'd. Okay, that's great.
Remember the shout out the person who commented. So
yeah. Get that shout out. Who's that? Black Tower Terrain, giving some football love. We got Sal F. Chicago. Isn't it a Lord of War squad? Oh my God, he's right. You can take 3 of those in a squad, guys. Wow.
So this Storm Surge, you can take 3 of them or whatever.
You can take up to 3 in 1 unit.
That's awesome.
That's actually interesting.
And that's always better because as a gargantuan creature, there's only one reason not to, which is like you can claim 2 objectives. But outside of that, it's way harder to engage.
Hey man, I mean the only other unit as of right now that can do that is the unit Kelsey used in that battle report.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that benefits. 3d3 stomps in combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
that's a butthole pucker.
You know how you eliminate the random factor of stomp? 3d3 of them. You're going to roll 6s. You are going to wipe out whatever you're fighting. I promise you.
Yep.
All right. Who else we got here? Got some. I'm a big Age of Sigmar lover. I got some hate out there. We got Jugger G asked when the Age of Sigmar Realm of Battle board's going to drop.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that yet. That's weird.
Yeah,
they totally skipped it.
They did. I'm actually excited about that. Got some people are losing interest. I think. Rob, you probably know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, there's a whole thread over on Warseer where like people reporting in from different parts of the world, and basically the synopsis is there's a ton of posts, and like every like 10 or so posts, somebody says, hey, yeah, people are playing it here, and the rest of them are like, nope, nope, nope. Everybody stopped after like August. It's sad.
It's a mistake, honestly, by GW. We're not saying that the game isn't good or anything. I'm saying that they should have seen that, like, when the 40K main rulebook came out, Unbound is basically how you play Age of Sigmar, in my opinion.
Yes.
And they came out in White Dwarf and was like, yo, we included this for the collectors so they can play their collection, like, no matter what they own, right? This is not meant for, this is not to be taken too seriously, right? It's like, yeah, get it. No one has ever played a game of Unbound. Because they had offered us a structured rule set because we crave structure. Then they came out with a Unbound rule system for fantasy. They went hard to paint. They even got the new statue. I was like, dog, you really bought the new statue too? Like, like, damn, dog, you.
Is it gold plated?
Oh man, I hope you're not paid up on that gold plated, are you? I mean, damn, dog.
They did. They went. That's the definition of balls deep, guys.
No, I agree. I definitely think they should have just offered it. I feel like Unbound's like, you go to the movie theater and they have like the small, medium, large side of some popcorn. Who the fuck buys a small popcorn? It's just there as an illusion. Like, that's what Unbound is. It's an illusion. Nobody's gonna play Unbound. We're all gonna play Battle Force. Okay, cool. Do the same thing for Age of Sigmar, right? Or conversely, like that one guy wrote on my blog earlier in the week. He's like, why didn't they reset Age of Sigmar? But do it in the old world. Like, Sigmar comes back instead of these stupid realms. Sigmar comes back and he's like, yo, I'm freeing Lustria, I'm freeing, Cathay, I'm freeing, Bretonia. Like, that would have been cool. But no, they just shit all over fantasy, like everything fantasy just.
Yeah, the killing the fluff is hard, man. That means you have to build a whole new, basis for fans, and like they killed off a lot of people. In the everything, they could have.
It's basically Age of Sigmar is like a George R. Martin novel.
It is. Absolutely, it is that he actually wrote it. That's what he's been working on. That's why the last Game of Thrones.
That's why book 6 is so late. Yeah, got it.
Oh man, no, it's a great game. It's fun. It's the miniatures for the most part all look great, but I mean.
Dog, I mean, I'll tell you straight up, I'll be looking for a new game system if they do that to 40K.
I'll tell you what.
We'll see it coming. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, we'll see it coming.
Like, obviously, maybe the next Long War Kickstarter will be a new game system. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been playing this game way too many years. Like, we might be able to put our own rule book out by then. Speaking of Kickstarters, I think we have a soft launch date. I think Rob was saying middle of October, second week in October.
I think that's pretty achievable. Like, based on our current trends.
where we're at with the videos and the getting the swag together, getting our samples in and stuff like that. Looks like middle of October. Get ready for it. Obviously we'll give you guys more information as we get closer to it. We did. It's funny. Last episode, we were able to reach out to Sean Brown with the bottle cap markers, and we got some sick objective markers exclusive for the Long War Kickstarter. A new redesigned vehicle marker collection for damage, and a sick 8 objective marker set for the Long War with numbers 1 through 6 and exclusive base objective markers. I'm really happy to have been able to work with Sean Brown with that to kind of spread the love out. And obviously working with Agreement Industries for our amazing template collection, limo tints and stuff like that. We got our dice coming in, and I am really excited that, it's 50-50 right now, but we might have a whiskey tumbler coming in.
Yeah, I can get behind the whiskey tumbler.
That would be amazing to me. So we're getting closer to that. So we'll let you guys know really soon. But basically, all the things that we're talking about, bringing hobby back and et cetera, like that, we are basically so close to this, like, this vision. We got the right camera, the right lights, the right mics. We're there. We just need to get over that hurdle, keep the quality going so it doesn't go backwards in time, goes forward in time. And that will take us to Adepticon. Like, we'll be at the door of Adepticon, which we had talked about last week as well. We are in negotiations with Adepticon. It's all but certain that we will be running the first Long War social at Adepticon. and there will likely be some more options by then. Some new stuff, possibly another Kickstarter for bits, for gift bags, to come to the party that we're going to be throwing at Adepticon. We have a lot of stuff. 2016 is going to be our year. I know 2015 was a great year for us, but 2016 is going to implement all the things we've been talking about. Thank you, guys. And Sal, probably one of our hardest core fans. Thank you, man. He's always winning our giveaways. Somebody else has to come up in there and challenge this guy.
He's also from Chicago. We'll probably see him when we're up there.
We'll see him. We'll see him.
I will buy salad beer.
Oh, I'll buy him 3, and we'll probably be selling selfies. Is what I'm thinking. One of the that'd be one of the things that we'll do on the Adepticon Kickstarter. Instagram selfies and Twitter selfies and stuff like that.
Can we make you a chaos selfie stick, Kenny?
Yep, we're gonna get an awesome selfie stick, and that way we can do like hilarious like tags. Like you can opt out reward for this shit talking tag to this person via my Instagram or my Twitter via selfie stick. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna have
arm wrestles.
Yo, literally, we're gonna be giving away free wins at arm wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be a lot of hilarious stuff coming out here soon. But let's. I can't read, so I'm relying on Austin to.
Oh, I got you. I got some stuff here. We had Fallen Ciphers checking in. He was posting some ideas about how to deal with the new super heavies for Tau from Forge World. He actually lost it. Sorry, everybody.
That's what happens.
Yeah, it moves it.
But
if you select it, it puts it up at the top, Austin, so you can focus on it.
I got you. I'm a big dummy sometimes.
It took me like 5 episodes to figure that out.
That's all right. I'll find it again. We'll come back to it. But what do we got here? Pretty much everybody just checking in. Sean Brown, nice to see you, buddy. This is Evan V. I like your thinking. He's thinking outside the box. Everyone's got a different answer to the cookie cutter meta.
Is that Evan Valdyke?
Yeah. Yes.
Long time listener. Who's Gabriel? I see Gabriel. I see a name there called Gabriel. I don't know if I've seen that name before.
Blow it?
Yeah, Who that?
Shout out to him. Oh, I found following our boy's comment. He said, so few clever ways other than just Grav to deal with Tau Gargantuans. Forge World LOG, the War of Murder gives a unit Monster Hunter. That's a pretty easy option to give any vehicle you need. Red Hunter's Chapter Tactics can give an army-wide Monster Hunter for a whole turn.
Oh.
And then there's a Forge World character, Lias.
Isodon.
Isodon can do D6 plus 3 auto wounds at the start of the game.
So I imagine in the current theme of all Tau, that this Storm Surge suit has a 2-up armor save.
3-up. So he's
what?
I'm telling you, that's why the big guy's better. I'm telling you.
Oh man, I didn't realize he was only 3-up. That's groundbreaking.
Toughness 9 2-up or toughness 6 3-up. Like I'm taking the 2-up.
You're right. I'm back to the toughness 9 2-up. Unkillable.
Yeah. I'll take the 2-up all day.
Unkillable. And, park him in a void shield generator and just.
That's like unnecessary redundancy. I mean, like unless they have grab spam, obviously. But you're right.
Oh no, Grav can't touch it. I think like 100 points for 3 void shields can protect an entire army. If you're guard, Tau, anything that relies on can get smushed by an Alpha Strike, just take a void shield.
A silly Alpha Strike shooting army.
I've got one, and hopefully it's going to be coming up here on the Long War soon. I got a silly Grav army to show everyone.
You're in the league, right? So you're going to be getting your games in here soon.
Yep, I'm in the league. I've got a Graved out Centurion and Skyhammer for 1,500 points. Pretty excited to put that on the table.
Man, I am all about the Skyhammer Annihilation Force, especially my new first turn Assault Alpha Strike.
Oh, it's amazing.
I have. Did you hear about my list last week?
No, I didn't.
I'm doing the Skyrim Annihilation Force with 2 heavy squads of Assault Marines, like maxed out.
So like 10-10 Eviscerators, Melt Bomb.
You get 2 Eviscerators at 10 men, double Eviscerator, Melt Bomb. Yeah, right. And I'm doing like 2 Devastator squads with the most like mathematical opportunities with the 2 grav cannons, 2 multi-meltas, and 1 combi grav. That's like 205 points. That's like the most for your points you can get.
Right.
And then I'm allying in with the Fist of Corn.
It's delicious.
Dog, literally, turn 1, I'm charging you with 40 Space Marines.
Wow.
Like, dog. And I have my third source is Raven Wing. 10th Company Task Force. 3 squads of 3 scout bikers with locator beacons and combi grav.
I mean, I know you're a good player too. That's a great list. I'd like to see you pilot that. That's going to do some interesting things.
Best part about the whole thing, right? Best part about the whole thing. I'm going to paint the Fist of Corn, obviously Corn. I'm going to paint the Devastator squads, Iron Warriors. Going to paint the 2 10-man assault squads, Night Lords, and I'm going to paint the 9 scout bikers, Alpha Legion.
Wow.
All chaos every day. Like, that's how I'm going to be hitting people.
That's
people are going to set up their little armies, like overthinking everything, and I'll be like, just so you know, I'm going to charge you with 40 Space Marines on turn 1. You can't stop me.
Oh, so good. That's a good lead into Sal F. Chicago says, what's everybody working on? Obviously, Kenny, you're pretty excited about working on that. Rob, are you working on anything in particular at the moment? No, you're busy.
I'm working on. Yeah, no, I haven't been doing a whole lot of hobbying lately, but I'm working on some Tyranids for Kenny for Kenny's commission. Building and painting 9 Carnifexes and magnetizing them.
That's fun. I've got a guard army I'm working on right now. If anybody's seen my tanks on the Long War, I've got an Africa Corps army, and I have 3 Eldar flyers now, the Crimson Hunter formation that I'm throwing in there for funsies. And I'm painting them up, desert camo, or I'm not. Kelsey's painting them up desert camo. Should be pretty neat to see.
That's pretty cool, man. If only you can convert them off. I would have tried to convert them off of the Orc Dakar jet so they can have like the props.
It kind of look more, U.S. military-ish.
Yeah, that would be intense. But I mean, whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I like that Crimson Hunter formation.
The Crimson Hunter formation is a good formation.
Crimson Death. Oh yeah, I got void shields for them too, man. I love the void shield generator. I'm all about it.
It's good.
Yeah, taking 3 of those, I mean, even 1, just like really protects your army. It's crazy.
It's probably one of the most in need of a redux fortifications, because it really needs to get the wording of models within range, not units within range.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because that's the big problem with it, is that you can literally take Congo line a Death Star. You can like scout a Death Star out of your deployment zone and like tow drag 1 Fenrisine Wolf in it, and now the whole unit can't be targeted.
All in there. That's a good point. And it's funny you said that. We were talking about Unbound. We've got a tournament coming up that's Unbound. Mechanicon in Pennsylvania.
Well, if anybody can do it right, it's definitely Tony. And
It's 1875 Unbound, yeah, and Tony's got some balls. But, like, I'm talking to Kelsey. Kelsey's got his Night Titan list with a Void Shield. So 1 Titan has his baby toe in the Void Shield generator. And
you can't target it.
The whole unit.
They're so big. He can turn them sideways.
Yeah, he turns them all the way across the battlefield.
He can literally charge you before you can shoot him.
Yes, it is. It's silly stuff. You gotta go into a tournament like that just prepared to lose everything, have fun.
If you go into an Unbound 1850 list, anything goes. If you're not down to exploit the rules, just remember you're gonna get exploited.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're gonna be on the back of a milk carton probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Void Shield. Yeah, they should probably tweak that a little bit in the next edition of that.
It's just a wording problem. It just needs to be models, not units.
Gabriel also has a rules question here. He was talking about, he tweeted you about your newest list. I don't know if you know how to work the twatches, the tweets, but he said, wondering how you tactically deal with interceptor armies, null deployment armies / Florent needs. That's like 3 different.
Oh, is he talking about my Alpha Strike army? So basically. I guess like if you go up against another drop pod army, that's like the only kind of null deployment I don't care about that I'm worried about. You basically, and they make me go first. That's no big deal. Like if we roll the dice and I know he's gonna make me go first, you set the Skyhammer Annihilation Force to come in turn 2. Try to get the Warlord trait for Night Attacker, or Stealth and Ruins, and you drop the Charybdis on turn 1. jink for a 3-up cover save, keep it alive, fly it, because it's actually a flyer, the next turn to wherever they're going to try to no-deploy you, and then you drop the Skyrim Night Force in to jack them up. Like, there's not, like, drop-out armies aren't going to be touching it. Like, going up against an Interceptor army, it's going to be a problem. But, like, are we talking Tau Interceptor? Like, are we talking like he's wasted all the points and all the Tau to have AP2 Interceptor and all his Riptides? Like, that's fine. Same thing's going to apply. I'm going to try to roll for Night Attacker. I'm going to try to roll for Stuff and Ruins. That is, and also, on a 4-up, it is Knife Fight.
I'll tell you what, I got some...
Like, if you want to have Stealth on turn 1, it's about 90% chance that you're going to have it. You know what I'm saying? Between the 2 things on the chart that give it to me, plus the 4-up, plus the reroll on the chart. So if I get in his grill, he doesn't get to light me up with marker lights, like if he's intercepting me. Like,
well, check this out. He's not. I'm not worried about Tal. You land as close as humanly possible so that he cannot put a blast over your unit. And he's forced to shoot you with 3 shots. I mean, that does nothing to your 20-man blob.
Yeah, my Charybdis has no fear of getting close to you, and then my 2 assault marine squads are gonna be 2 inches away from you because of the locator beacons. And so you're gonna shoot me. I'm gonna lose a couple of guys. Then I'm gonna retaliate with my 2 Devastator squads. I'm gonna kill your 2 stupid Riptides right away. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna get up in your grill and engage every unit in your army. Like,
hey, you know something Fallen Cipher actually reminded me of, I think last week, that a Charybdis, when it lands, it does D when it hits armor.
If you can get it on top of something, it does D. It does 1D shot. Now, I like to avoid that because you're also immobilized if you do that. This is only the Charybdis in this formation. If you end up doing that, you're immobilized. One of the strongest parts of the Charybdis is that it's a flyer, dog. Like,
it can fly after it lands.
everyone thinks I'm gonna be like this immobile drop pod army until like they realize that like 20 of my guys have jump packs, and then this 20-man squad they got out of this flyer crushes you, sweeps you, gets back in the flyer, leaves the table, comes back in 2 turns later, wins the game. Like the fact that this thing can fly around is gonna be a game changer. Especially another big part of it is like when your bikers roll in. And you can put the 2 Devastator Squad drop pods exactly on objectives in the midfield. All of a sudden, you have 2 drop pods on objectives in the midfield, 2 Devastator Squads, just 1 move away from 2 more objectives, and I charge you with 40 guys. And of those 40 guys, 1 of them is a flyer transport, and 2 of them are jump troops. Like, it's gonna be.
That's pretty fast.
It's gonna be tough to deal with, man. I don't care what you're playing, you know.
That's funny. There's a lot of people you have to build in that defense to drop pod armies now. I've got a quick tip for anybody that's playing in tournaments or playing for fun or whatever. If you land with your drop pod armies and if you land, you know you lose. You have to, and listen to this. You have to put your pod in the corner and try to mishap. You have to.
You have to go to honorable reserves.
You have to go on. You have to try to make yourself go in ongoing reserves to keep yourself out. And I couldn't tell you how many times I slip a win because I kept my Devastators out a whole extra turn.
Like all day. I mean that's true.
You could even do it with Tigerius too.
And what's so amazing with the Sky Annihilation Force is you can just pick turn 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If there's a chance that you like, it's a whole thing, man.
Oh, it's this. For example, I was practicing against Kelsey's Titans with the Grav army, and he lost invisibility when he casted his turn 1 because he perilled. So I decided I wanted to not come in. So I mishapped with all my Devastators, and they didn't die. They came in the next turn when he wasn't invisible, and I did better than I would have if I landed and he was invisible. Like, it's just little things like that, you know.
Yeah, the mishap chart is so much better than it used to be.
Oh, dude, it was actually a thing back in the day. Oh my gosh, it'd be so bad.
It was a problem. Yo, one of you guys jump into this. I see some more Q&As stacking up. Okay, I guess it's like 911. Austin, you do it.
We got Carlos Venegas. He's giving a shout out. My God, the Imperial Knight units tiptoe the conga line into the void shield. He loves it. It's insane.
Oh, I think that was Sal, actually.
Sal. All right, Austin, you're fired. Rob, you're on this now.
All right, I'm fired. That was Sal. See, I'm reading this wrong.
No, it's fine. It literally took me 5 episodes to figure out how to work this thing. We just threw you in here. So Carlos is saying, yes, I have an adult tonight. So I can see I don't have an adult tonight. Sometimes you need them. Sometimes you don't want them around.
Sometimes you don't want them around.
No doubt. Good to have you here. So Sal is like, yeah, he's just figuring out the whole night unit toe dragging Congo line with the void shield generator.
You want to talk about the most ultimate feel bad he's experienced?
Dude, it's brutal. It's
God.
Have you ever played Kelsey Haley?
First off, he doesn't let you feel. He's a really good guy. Like he's really tall and he's really loud and he's really big. He's like 6.
It's jovial.
What is he, like 6'5"?
He's 6'5", almost 6'6"-ish. Like he's up there, and he's 300+ pound guy.
He's like 350. He's like 350 or something like that. Like, but he is like, so he dominates the room, but he's very cool, very chill. He's a good shit talker, but he's like, you can always tell he has no animosity in his voice, and he's always down to, like, you know, do shots. You know, like
he's joking when he says it, but I've
seen him play armies like this and win best sportsmanship. You know.
Oh, no doubt. He's super funsies to play against, but he will bring the pain. Don't
get it twisted. If you run into this guy at a tournament, there's a 90% chance you're probably gonna lose to him.
I'm telling you, you should see the stuff he's buying. I don't know if you guys have talked about it on here, but I know he's told Rob. I think he sent you a message about his Vindicator list.
Oh yeah, that list is that. I think that's gonna be in the league. I don't want to spoil it because I think it's in the league, right?
No, I think he should run. He might run
$1,300 with the stuff to buy.
I don't know, but yeah, 12 Vindicator. That's 4 Apocalyptic Blasts.
Basically, he's like, well, we were like talking about Army List. He's like, yeah, but it can't be 12 Vindicators. It can't be 12 Vindicators. It can't be 12 Vindicators. So it's like, do you have 12 Vindicators? Just shut up with the 12 Vindicators.
He's all about it. We get excited about lists, you know.
I'll tell you what can be 12 Vindicators when I charge you with 40 Space Marines on fucking Terra 1.
Amen to that.
That's true. That's true.
Like, let's see how much Overwatch you do. All I have to do is kill 1 Vindicator every squad. You don't have Apocalyptic Blast.
It's all right. Then it's just 12 Large Blast, strength 10, AP2.
But realistically, if I can clear out the vehicles you're bubble screening with my Devastators and get through in the charge, like I probably on turn 1 can take out six Vindicators. But
I don't think there's a whole lot of bubble in there, to be honest.
No,
does he not have bubble wrap? Like, I don't know. Like, is it 12 Vindicators?
It's 20 vehicles, man. It's like 12.
No, but he also has all the stupid Stalkers. He can use the Stalkers to bubble wrap the Vindicators.
He has Stalkers. He has Hunters. I think he did. I think he switched it to 3 Hunters, 1 Stalker. 12 Vindicators, and then we've got the.
So the Stalkers. So that's how you do with air, but mainly that's the cheapest bubble wrap to those Vindicators to keep them alive versus bullshit like what I have.
Right, and we got the Inquisitor in there with the Servo Skulls to try to deal with that Scout, get an extra shooting turn against Death Star.
And so the templates don't scatter too.
The templates
scatter 1d6 less.
It's great. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. And it's ITC format is what he's kind of going for too, where he can still shoot invisible units with those Apocalyptic Blasts.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's good. I was about to say, you'll never be my invisible army unless you play at any tournament. That changes the rules fundamentally of the game. Got it.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
unfortunately, but what can you say? So I think that Gabriel, I think the Storm Surge can shoot 2 times with the anchors in the Interceptor phase, shooting phase, and Overwatch phase. It would actually make sense, judging by the wording.
Does it have Interceptor as a rule?
I'm sure it could. I don't know.
I don't know. Doesn't Gargantua Creature automatically give it everything?
No,
not that.
Gargantua Creatures very specifically can't do things like Overwatch. Like, I mean, if it has Intercept, that's a problem. But I don't think
it says it can take up to 3 items from the support system list. So I imagine it will be able to take Interceptor.
Yep, that's a problem.
That might be a problem. Lamonte says he's going through his bits box to tape guns and missiles to his newborn so he can counter the new Tau suit. She is a Blood Angels Titan, so obviously she has rage.
I was about to say, yeah, a bunch of missile launchers are back when you talk about this guy.
Yep.
Well, you got Sal here again saying he and Kenny are going to destroy J-Troop from Forge the Narrative and Arm Wrestling at a DEFCON.
J-Troop is pretty big.
That's a big dude right there. Oh
yeah. I am a champion arm wrestler, but Don't ask me why. Like, I got some tricks.
Hey,
Okay,
off topic here. Talking about, you guys see the Mountain arm wrestle that world champion arm wrestler
and lose like 4 times in a row.
and lose 4 times in a row because it's all technique, man. It's all about
Yeah, arm wrestling is like any kind of wrestling. It's all technique.
It's
Yeah, I
funny.
don't care. I don't care who you are. If we arm wrestle, I will still lose.
I once, this is a true story. I once arm wrestled and defeated like an entire Girl Scout troop. That was at once. It was like 11 girls, and it was me arm wrestling against. It started off like started off where I was arm wrestling, and the girl's like, I bet I can beat you in arm wrestling with 2 hands. I was like, sure, no, 2 hands. And I was like, just to make it fair, why don't you stand up? Secondly, why don't you get your friend over there to push on you from the left? How about you get as many of them to push on you from the left? And then when she was out of room, I was like, you know what? Why don't you get the rest of the girls? It was like a Girl Scout cookie bake-off. And I was like, why don't you get them all pulling on you from the right? Just to make it fair. You know what I mean? And to be fair, these are all like 8 to 10-year-old girls.
Oh, no doubt.
But I'm at least as strong as 14, 8 to 10-year-old girls.
That's good to know. That's an apocalyptic skill that we might have to
I don't
call
think
on.
I've ever measured in 10
But like,
girls.
you can literally measure my strength by increments of 10 to 15, 10 to 8-year-old girls. Like,
You know, some people will get in trouble for that sort of thing.
not me.
Emperor's Canaries is saying, what's everybody working on trying to bust out Annihilation? I think we talked about that a little bit. Anyone trying to make it over to Redstone? Oh, Redstone's this weekend? Probably not. Sorry.
Let me paint this picture for everyone here listening. We are not, like, the Long War, we're not doing shit. Like, we are.
Not until Adepticon.
We're not leaving the house until Adepticon. I mean, like, we have too much to do.
I'll probably leave the house.
I mean, as a metaphor, but we're not going to be playing tournaments. We're not going to be working on personal armies, personal projects. We're going to be running a successful Kickstarter. We're going to be upgrading the quality at the Beats Laboratory. We're going to be planning for Adepticon, for our event at Adepticon, for our Kickstarter lead, our second Kickstarter for Adepticon, and we are realistically like
We're in the league.
You're booked.
Where we're at with the hobby these days is like, it's kind of like what we talk about. It's like we have to step up as, like, because no one's stepping up except the veterans. The veterans of the Long War, the Hall of Veterans. You guys are stepping up. Like, we together, through Twitter sharing, through hashtag bringing hobby back, through Facebook shares, through YouTube shares. This is how you get the word out that, you know, there's more to it now. Like, the hobby's not over. There's a lot of people jumping ship, going to other games and stuff like that. This game is not dead. Like, this actually is a good opportunity, I guess. Well, we got a few minutes before the Kickstarter to play test this scenario right here with you guys. I had a phone call with potentially a new sponsor today. It's King's Games and Hobbies. This is a good guy. His name is Tim. They have a company where they pretty much only sell gaming supplies. They don't sell like the models themselves, and their gimmick is he only sells things that he uses. Like, so he's not going to sell something he can't tell you straight up. I don't know how that works. Like, it's all the paints he uses, the paintbrushes he uses. Sure enough, and don't forget, like, when you go to the Hall of Veterans and you sign up for your, to be a veteran of the Long War, there's value. You get 6% off when you go to dicehead.com, and you also get.
So it's like over 25% off GW.
Yeah, and when you go, and you can go to Secret Weapon, and you can redeem a discount there too with redemption codes. Yeah. This is going to be our third piece of value. So this guy is going to give us another 5% off. So King's Game and Hobbies. So he hit me up with this is a statement. Like, I'm not talking talking shit about the guy or anything. He's a great guy. His opinion of the game system is amazing with the lineup with ours. But he said something a lot of people say, but they don't quite understand, and I had to correct him on it, which is. The problem with Warhammer 40K is competitive tournament players. The people who play Warhammer 40K, right? The tournament players. I was like, that's a massive misconception. I have like literally compiled pages of empirical research to prove you that that's not the case. The situation is actually the tournament organizer. Players have not changed. We've been doing the same thing we've been doing since the dawn of time, which is playing to the maximum that a system or rule set allows us to play to. We've been doing that since the beginning of time. If you put 10 people in a room and you say, these are the rules, let's see who wins, we're going to do everything we can within the realm of those rules to exploit them to win. That's what we do. That's what we do. We can't be trusted otherwise. So when GW pulled out of Warhammer 40K tournaments, what happened was a brave new world, right? We had all these amazing independent GTs crop up everywhere, and this was a brand new, amazing time. We had new systems coming up left to right. Well, and I'm not going to name any names or talking shit about anybody, because anybody who's running an event is actually bringing a hobby back. They might not be doing it as effective as I believe we could be doing it as a group. But you still, like, my hat off to anybody running a successful event, because that is actually still helping. The problem, though, is that there's a group of people who never brought hobby back the way we do. We brought hobby back with player-policed composition scores, real weighted sportsmanship scores, actual painting scores. Best overall was a combination of these things. Best general was the guy who got second place. He had a primer gray army or a 3-color minimum army. He had, like, really spammed out this crap, and he was playing over-the-top competitive, but he won all his games, and we recognize you as a best general. Well, a lot of these best general guys, when GW pulled out, they started really getting a voice, new traction. This is also the late 90s, early 2000s, so blogging was a big deal. So they were able to get their voice out there, and they were able to start running events with their idea of Warhammer 40K, which is, let's just get rid of that shit.
Hulk smash.
Hulk smash. Let's get rid of absolutely all things that are not playing the game. So the first thing that happened was, let's get rid of the soft scores. That's a loaded statement too, because first of all, we never called them soft scores. They were just the scores. So now they alienated a certain percentage of the scores, called them soft scores, which is a demonization. It's hobby scores, dog. It's part of the hobby. So let's call them soft scores, and let's get rid of them. The only thing that matters is winning. Then the second thing that happened was, you know what? We can make this whole winning thing a lot easier if we just make it win-loss. So now you exist in a system that straight up does not reward you for being a hobbyist. It only rewards you for smashing people.
And to be quite honest, I feel like a lot of this mentality was perpetuated by Games Workshop's Ard Boys system, because all this shit started going down right about the same time, with the GT, them pulling out of the GTs, them killing off Ard Boys. Everybody needed this. They needed it. They needed this to continue forward, and that's when we really started to see the decline in the hobby, I feel like.
A lot of big names today, yet again, like I will never name names on this podcast, a lot of big names today were people who did really well in the Ard Boys tournament, who were known, who got on the map, and they wanted to keep moving forward with that popularity, because a lot of people do this, do what we do for pure popularity, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie, like, being popular is fun, but playing Warhammer 40K is more fun. You know what I mean? Like, getting down with my buddies is more fun, and the beat slap, and whatever your beat laboratory is. But for me, the ultimate culmination is going to an event that has hobbies still intact. And that is the big problem. So now we live in a world, as we previously said, where all of us, and we've proven, if you put us all in a room and say there's no rules, but you still need to win, we're going to do some fucked up shit to win. You know what I mean? And that is what has happened. You have taken that out. You have made this set of rules, and some people out there believe that it is the tournament players' fault. No, dog. People are people. We've been fighting wars since the dawn of time, dog. We are what we are. Rules of engagement, that's why they need to exist. The current rules of engagement in Warhammer 40K are less than optimized. That is why, you know, like, the only name I'm going to name is Adepticon. Adepticon are the only people in this world whose view of bringing hobby back lines up exactly with the Long War. All people who are running tournaments are bringing about hobby back, but the maximized way to bring hobby back is the way Adepticon does. That is why we're going to be running the first Long War social at Adepticon. We're going to be running a team event, because we also believe that the team is where it's at, because that is the social contract times 3, times 4. That is exponential growth. So look to see that. Like be a part of that. We're going to be bringing back, like, no, I'm telling you this straight up. This is a real number. When you come to our event, when you sign up on Adepticon's website to play our social event, which will be taking place on, I believe, Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Friday. So, like, anybody who didn't qualify for the top 16 in the singles event will be, basically, you're talking hundreds of people who aren't going to be those people, will be able to play in our event. And it'll be a team event, and it'll be very closely modeled after the 4-man Adepticon team event, but it'll probably be a duo or a trio. We don't know yet. but I'll tell you, no less than 50% of your score will be hobby score. Straight up. That's a real number. Now, I don't know what the breakdown inside of that score is going to be, but only half of your overall score is going to be the win. The other half is going to be the hobby. Because last time I checked, this was a hobby.
Amen to that, and that's going to be a blast. And anybody that's gone to AdeptCon knows, like, it's a great area, great people. I'm excited to see y'all do this, for real.
We're just doing what we can. Keep it real, you know. Fill that hobby void. Trying to see if we missed anybody here. Sal says, "Shut your dirty mouth about Sigmar releases in December." Hey man, if they can sneak it in one or 2 weeks out of a month, I'm okay with it. I feel like there's still a few dudes out there that want the stuff. I think that's about it. Well, what do you say, guys? We wrap this one up. You head on over to do the podcast.
You know me, yeah. I could talk all night.
There's so much going on, man. I'm glad. I feel like Sigmar took the reins there for a while. I think 40K is finally getting some releases, getting some action. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the rest of the towel. Hopefully, that'll probably be breaking here in the next week or two. We know that the next suit will be out in next week's White Dwarf, the Death Knell. So that'll be interesting. Super Ninja Predator stealth suit kind of thing. So, well, we're gonna call it a night here, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us, and our special guest Austin. Thank you for jumping on here. Oh, quick shout out to Barely Tabletop Quality Painting. He is furiously finishing up. Putting the finishing touches on Juice's army, Juice's Tyranids.
Lucas.
Yes, Lucas Sutherland for tomorrow. Tomorrow's webcast. Tomorrow's battle report recording. So hopefully you'll see some brand new Juice Tyranids here in High Fleet Lexus in, I guess, 3 weeks maybe before we jump into the league play on the longwar.net. So obviously, if you haven't done so already, make sure you head on over to longwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content and early access videos. Become a veteran of the Long War today. Good night, everybody.